Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are going to discuss the factors that are responsible for any person, even if he is not successful, but he can become successful if he adopts these three qualities, which are essential to any person becoming successful. And every successful person has these three qualities in them. But the most important thing that comes with these three qualities is the respect that people give on their own. It means the superiority that you feel from within yourself gives them the ability to be followers. You make more followers because of acquiring these three qualities. And if these three qualities are in your makeup, there's nothing that could stop you from ever being successful. There's nothing that could ever stop you from ever reaching your potential. There's nothing that could ever stop you from any negative situation or any negative circumstances or anything that is holding you back. And if you develop these three qualities, I guarantee you will see yourself develop that ability to manifest your highest potential, and you will see that life manifested in your reality when you have developed these three qualities, which we are going to discuss now. So let's get right to it. So the number one thing that is required for you to be more superior to another person is not the fact that you should be concentrating on that fact. That's number one. The number one thing is that. And the next thing is the fact that you should care less about what people have to say and more about what you have to say for yourself. That means that your belief system, your own belief system about what brings forward, what you bring forth from your own creation, which is your own ability to see through problems in a different way, which helps you see through obstacles in a different way, which helps you see through your circumstances in a different way, which means that if you are in a negative place, if you are going through something which most people cannot go through, then you have to develop a belief system in you that is going to uplift you from that place, from that situation, because you would not be in that place if you did not have the ability to get out of it. So that's number one. Your belief system is one of the reasons which is most required for you to have for yourself as one of those which is clearly the most positive human being you can be, the most positivity, the most optimistic perspective that you will have of life is what is going to help you see yourself and will help you bring out the best out of you in every possible situation. In every possible situation, you will create that situation for yourself to uplift others, and while uplifting others, you will also uplift yourself, because what's going to happen is eventually how we speak to others is a reflection of how we speak to ourselves, which means that whenever you feel like you are not giving your best at something, it should come out as a way of realizing the fact that you could do better and realizing the fact that your belief system is yet to be mastered. That's how we get to know that our belief system is somehow injured. And it happens from a very young age that most people come in our lives that, don't see the best in us. And eventually we allow their thoughts to become our thoughts. And eventually we see that, this person somehow could not grasp the person you were, and now you're actually injuring yourself by believing what they thought of you, and now your life is now being run at their wishes and at their command, and not at what you wish yourself to be. And so what happens is that we need to reaffirm ourselves with the fact that we have the capacity to get up from any situation that has not been beneficial to us, that anything that disrupted your own ability to not see the best in you, or if you followed the words of someone else telling you that you did not have the capacity to create something for yourself, then you have somehow injured your own belief system. Now your belief system needs to be healed. Your belief system, which needs to get corrected, which you need to correct for yourself, and that correction can only be possible when you are feeding your mind with the thoughts. Once you start managing your thoughts, let's say you're consistently practicing for yourself the ability to be more positive. Let's say you're reading those self-help books. Let's say you are doing the work you want to do. Let's say you are one of those who does see the best out of life, but that positivity should become automatic for you. And how does that positivity becomes automatic for you? Once you keep doing a certain thing over a long period of time, eventually what happens is that it becomes intrinsic in you, it becomes automatic in you. So you have to realize the fact that repetition is the mother of all creation. Repetition is what creates, and repetition is the fact that has the ability to destroy as well. That means if you keep letting yourself be led by negative conversations, then what's going to happen is your belief system will never recover from, that place. And eventually you will not see the beauty of life. You will not be able to have that ability to create that reality for you. So I'm reminded of this quote by T.R. Fahrenbach, an American historian, who said that it's easier to see human folly than to see human valor. And once we see the fact that we as a society have allowed ourselves to look for the faults in others and actually get entertained by it, that is somehow which is responsible for not realizing the fact that most people's belief systems have been so injured, they do not know how to actually recover from those injured belief systems. And that is somehow which we need to realize for us. And when we see that our belief system can be recovered by constantly going after the things that create more positivity in us, by reading, by allowing ourselves to engage with material that has the capacity to change our thinking. And once we begin to start managing that thinking that has been responsible for our failure as of till now, because if you have not tasted success, then it could be that you are so stuck that you cannot realize the fact that you are not on that road to success. So once we start to believe the fact that what people have to say, what society has to say, remember, only an individual knows how to thrive. And so you must become an individual. You have to separate yourself from everyone else if you want to see yourself become successful in anything that you do. Whatever you do, just make sure that you create your own individuality, that you have the ability to create that thinking for yourself that separates you from everyone else. And that is what is eventually going to make you thrive in this world. And it's going to make you build your superiority. It is what will make you feel more superior to others, because of the fact that you have actually worked on your thinking, that you have actually allowed yourself to delve into things which people are not allowing themselves. See, most people are ignorant. Ignorant people will always tell you how things are done. And if you're smart, you have to realize the fact that you do not know everything. Only a smart person that does not know everything is a smart person, because a fool says that he knows everything. Eventually, whichever side you choose, the fact that if you don't know anything doesn't make you a fool. It makes you smarter, because eventually when you say that you do not know everything, you're allowing life to actually give you that material that you need for your growth. So growth, which does not come from closed minds, which does not come from people that do not allow themselves to grow, which are not willing to grow. So you have to constantly allow yourself to study material, to engage with material that is going to help you create your belief system, and that will help you recover your belief system. And that's the first thing we need to do, is develop that belief system. Number two, we have to have the ability to take risks. We have to have that ability to take risks. That means that you should be able to take risks whenever you can. Risks creates a kind of fear in us, but it also helps us see the opportunity in us. Once your belief system has been created for you, once you start seeing the opportunity in little things, that's when you know you have the ability to now take risks. Because even if you fail while taking that risk, you will not become negative. You will not go back to your old ways because you've changed your habits, because you have actually allowed your belief system to work for you now. Your belief system is so it has that ability to now see that you are one of those who can take risks without feeling bad for that. Because see, you have to have that ability to take a loss. You have to have that ability. You have to have that willpower to take that loss. A loss, even if you see the knowing the fact that the risk in itself will bring you 50% success and 50% failure is a good enough percentage to make you take that risk. Only right now, if you don't feel that, is because of the fact that your belief system has not yet been developed, which is the first thing that you have to do. So remember, so your taking risks is entirely dependent on developing your belief system. And once your belief system is developed, you will have that ability to take that risks. You will have that ability to see the good in everything, even if it does not bring you success, or even if you lose while taking that risk, you will not be a loser, because failure that you made while taking that risk is what you're going to study so that you can take another risk with much more clarity, with much more confidence. So eventually you'll see that risk taking is a way to actually develop your growth. Is actually somehow you are creating that resilience in you, that no matter what happens, I will not quit. I will not falter. I will not go backwards, because if I have the ability to keep on taking those risks, eventually I will succeed. So always remember the fact that your risk taking is entirely dependent on how you develop your belief system. So it is all linked. It's not that you do one thing and you will get the reward. It's these three things are all together linked with each other. So that's why you need to do that. Now we're going to get on to the third thing, which is your daily ritual. Everything that you do on a daily basis is what is allowing your subconscious mind to be developed. Your subconscious mind is taking information from everything that you do on a daily basis. If you're squandering your time on a daily basis, then your subconscious mind is actually realizing that you are not interested in developing yourself. You're not interested in growth. You're not interested in being successful. It is going to give you more of that which you are feeding it. So it's like an algorithm of YouTube. Your subconscious mind will give you more of that which you keep on feeding it. So eventually, if you do not have a discipline, if you do not have the discipline to create that reality for you, if you do not have the ability to do something without being told to do, then eventually you will always be the follower. You will never become your own person. If you follow your disciplines, people will follow you for it. That's exactly what it means, because your superiority gives you the edge for people to actually know that you are constant, that you are consistent with something, that you are consistently doing this one thing on a regular basis. People will respect you more if you do even the smallest thing on a consistent basis than not doing something on a consistent basis. So eventually your superiority will depend on these three factors, and these three factors are linked with each other. And once you have developed these three qualities, once you have put forth these three factors, if you give it its proper value, you will receive its rewards, and you will actually start to see people respect you. You'll start to feel more superior within yourself. And even when you talk with others, you will see that your tone of voice, your way of carrying yourself will be so different from everyone else, because you have allowed yourself to develop these three qualities in you, and it has eventually given you the rewards for developing those three qualities. So now what I want you to do is I want you to hit that like and subscribe button and follow me for new videos just like this. Thank you so much.